Welcome.
Welcome.
How Terry Crews of me. Hi guys, welcome to, as you can already tell, a clearly unhinged episode again. Yo, we told you guys that we were going to bring back this queen and we were going to bring back feminine energy part 2. And we have delivered.
Doing what we said we will do.
Yes, amen, honey. That's the energy.
Like,
doing things.
This done.
doing things. Oh, we have fun.
Here we go again.
I can't listen.
We haven't even started.
Listen, and we're already like.
Is it the wine? Is it the wine? Girl.
But yeah, shout out to Uncle Ernie as always. Ooh. Like the wine is whining. Guys, please don't mind. No. She's just like she doesn't know what to do with you. How do you keep a wave upon the sand? But guys, we have our sweet Éno Jerry. Not the Pastor Jerry.
Not that one. This one.
Our special one.
The only.
Yes.
The one and only.
The one and only child. The only one that counts right now. So she's back.
That.
She is back here. And we're so happy as always. Because in case those of you that didn't watch the last one, it's vibes. It's always fun. So if you haven't watched that one, this one might make a little less sense. So this is your cue to please go back and watch the first part, Feminine Energy, that we did with our girlie. But we are back. How y'all feeling? Hi, girlies.
Good. Guys, it's good to be
the
back
red lip
here.
is red lipping over there too.
I mean, listen, I was
you're
like staring at I'm like neutral.
But even me, I can't deny that I'm giving resplendent right now.
I'm here for it.
I love it.
I'm here for it.
I'm trying to not be a vain girl, but in this life is what it is.
In the famous words of Miley Cyrus, I can buy myself flowers. I love it when like women in general just have healthy self-esteem and you're just like, I'm fine, I'm giving.
Yes, I'm giving. And I'm not mad at you giving as well. Like I'm here to help you adjust your crown while I keep my
the words out my mouth. Yes.
There we go.
Amen to adjusting each other's crowns and giving each other our flowers.
Round female table.
Guys, we might as well just do the Do you know that I listened back to the first one and we did too many for my comfort? Like, why are we those girls? But yeah, like we had the like stereotype. It's awkward, but we move. Too many moments. We got a table, so we go. Okay, girlies. Let's get right into it because I'm very excited about this continuation episode right here. Yeah. And why I'm so excited about it is because just like T said, that's on doing what we said we would do. Yeah. And in the last episode, I literally said, I was like, when we brought up the strong black woman topic, I was like, that's a topic for another day because we don't have the time. But we have the time now. We got the time. And we can talk about it.
I came to this table to dismantle the strong black woman.
She came with a sledgehammer.
I came prepared, but B reminded me to not be violent.
No, never.
So I'll be very chill, so help me.
You could be violent, but gracefully.
Exactly.
Graceful violence.
Tact and grace.
Yes.
Mixed with the harsh truth.
But still break some things regardless, because breaking only happens with force.
Yeah, I can see you ready.
Right.
You ready?
So let's break some tables.
By the way, guys, oh my God, my Milori dress.
I know,
guys. Éno is also a designer. Of course. This woman is the textbook woman for being
We were talking about it yesterday.
Multi-gifted.
How she's like a cartel boss. She has
a cartel.
Not cartel. And babe, one thing I just want to say and appreciate about Éno, and I saw this video recently because they're just like talked about how single gifted people can look at multi-gifted people and feel like they're scattered or like they do too much. But Queen, don't ever let anybody make you feel that way. Wow. Because no, honestly, babe, I love you and I'm so inspired by you because I'm like, not you get me another. Not you like. Don't cry. Oh, are you about to not be gangster? But yeah, like I'm so proud of you, and I'm inspired by the fact that you're dynamic, and you just have different things that you do and do well. Because this is
literally what we were talking about yesterday. I was telling
about
her
doing
that
things.
The same
it's not about
thing.
doing things, but doing them well. So
the way in the Bible, some people were given 10 talents. and some were giving 5, and then there's a guy that was giving 1. So if you're giving 1 talent, just do what you need to do to multiply your 1 talent. And if you're giving 10, God will also give you the grace to handle those 10 talents.
Exactly.
And
that's on not putting yourself. That's on not putting yourself in a box. So
thank you, guys.
Just tap into all the gifts. The point is to just return to God empty. So I just had to shout out to my girl for this one because she made this beautiful dress.
Yes, Milori.
It smells so good too when I got it out the packaging. So Milori Empire, they do dresses too.
We do.
That's the topic for another day. Actually,
the topic for another day. But thank you. Like I love how individually, like as if she was there when we had that conversation.
The spirit
is one. But thank you guys for like always being my number one support system. Like you guys, hold me down, and
girl, you do the same.
You inspire me so much. But like to think that in my head, this scatteredness, like I feel like I'm scattered. Like I'm not even getting my things together. And to hear this, like okay, maybe I must be doing something right. So I should give myself more grace. And then give myself a tap on the back.
You should. Are you kidding me? You really should.
Please do so. Do so.
Because like we're saying, you deserve flowers from you too. So don't play about
Thank you, ladies.
You're that girl.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Okay.
So let's get into the topic
let's do
of
this.
the day.
Let's do
so we're basically doing, like B said, the feminine energy discussion, femininity, part 2. But today, because of course this is a self-care table, we want to focus on women showing up in their feminine energy in a way that is you looking out for yourself, taking care of yourself. And I need to say this for the few men that will watch this episode, because I know the moment most guys see feminine energy, women, they're just like, what bye? But for the few guys that are still with us, your woman showing up in her feminine energy is a service to you.
It's your biggest asset.
Yes, because it brings out your own masculine energy. And listen, love, you need to be operating with that in these streets, because these streets are terrible. And if you're a man showing up in the world in your feminine energy, unless you're not a straight man, because there's men that are not straight, so do you, boo. But if you're a straight man and you're not showing up in your masculine energy, who you help? Who you help, sir? Yeah. You didn't help yourself. Nobody. And you're certainly not helping your woman.
Yep, girl.
And in the same way, men need to do what they gotta do so that women are encouraged. The women in their life are encouraged to show up in their feminine energy. Because if not, if people are switching roles, we know how messy that can get.
The yin yang. We need to balance each other out.
And I love how you said it started off with the men. Because it literally starts from the head.
Yes.
And it trickles down to the parts of the body. And we always say the men are the leaders, men are the head. They're the one that set the pace. They're the one that set the tone. Even casting back to the creation. When God created Adam and Eve, man was made first. Man was given the mandates and the assignments. When the woman came, God didn't speak to her.
Yes.
He spoke. So whatever information she got was what the man told her, because the man started off with God, downloading the information. And so they are the ones that will set the atmosphere and set the pace and create the track that we would walk on, and just our own is to make sure the track stays clean, the track stays ready, this track stays attractive enough for you to want to walk in it. But the person that cuts the grass, clears the road, and creates the track.
Disclaimer, this will trigger you episode. Those are triggers. Sorry, we can't help you here. We're so sorry.
If you're a woman that has been operating in your masculine, or you're a man that has been operating in your feminine, and you took that into a heterosexual man-woman relationship, prepare to be triggered. Prepare to be called out. We love you dearly. Cheers.
Yes, we're going to sandwich it with a lot of love. but it is what it is.
With sugar and flowers, but it is
what it is.
The strong black woman narrative has broken a lot of women.
Honestly, there's women that are dying out here.
In ways that we can't even imagine. From our last conversation, we talked about how there are some things that biologically the woman's body and woman's threshold was not designed for certain things. It is what it is. That's how God created it. Now you're going to go and put yourself in a position where you are doing the things that you were not naturally designed to, but you're trying to do it to prove a point that I can do it simply because a man can do it. You are putting yourself in danger. You are putting yourself in a very detrimental position for your health and for your mental health and your well-being.
Do that at your own peril, women.
At your own risk. Like you're not trying to prove any point by showing that you can do what the man can do. He's already doing it. What we don't see is what a woman can do.
Absolutely.
So if you're a woman and you're trying to do what a man can do, then what new thing are you bringing into the world? Like you're just going with the status quo.
Yes.
But if you are a woman and you know that men are doing this, so what are women doing? What alternative are you bringing to the table? Because the woman was created to bring the alternative. God did not create another man because he already had a man in the garden. What he brought was a different vibe, something totally to add color, something to
like
add.
The Christian pastor says, he didn't make Adam and Steve.
He didn't make Adam and Steve. He made Adam and Eve. Let's get that clear. If you want to be triggered, be triggered. I'm sorry, but not sorry. All right? Let's go.
Mercy, Jesus. Okay, but to be fair, I just want to add to that before I lose that train of thought. But absolutely, we're obviously speaking as three Christian women who our standard is the Bible.
Yeah.
Clearly. So another disclaimer.
Yeah.
But basically the point is that there are a lot of things that we have normalized in our culture today that is not biblical, right? And for instance, when people say things like what a man can do, a woman can do better, they ain't write that nowhere in the word stuff. Yep. So I feel like that notion and culture makes women try to one-up men in a lot of things. Yeah. And that is not what you're called to do in the first place. Yeah. So you just end up being frustrated. Yeah. And this strong black woman narrative keeps on going around. Tyler Perry, sir, I love you. You're wisdomous king, but you're also part of the problem. Because me and Tara were watching a movie the other day, Tyler Perry movie, and it's like this glorified strong black woman.
No, he's not part of the problem.
He's part of the drama.
Addressing the drama. Because what I later appreciated at the end of the movie is that he just shows the status quo, which is that unfortunately, especially in Black America, these men are not sticking around to raise their children.
So their women are
either dying or going to jail or just being bombed baby daddies, and so the woman has to step up and be the strong black woman who is providing and protecting and taking care of her children because daddy has checked out. But if you check Tyler Perry's storylines, the strong black woman always falls in love with the Christian light-skinned nigga who now comes and lifts the load off her back.
But he comes with the masculine energy that she was lacking. And the moment he comes with masculine energy. She can now be the woman. She's no longer carrying the load.
That's Tyler Perry's
And then I get what Tyler Perry is doing, trying to paint a picture of this is what's happening. Yes. But we also have to take into cognizance the environment where this is happening. This is America, right? Like, no shade to America, but if you understand, they're not the suspect, but the suspect coming
Please.
But if you see, look at American prisons, they are privately owned entities. And if it's a private business, what makes the prison to grow? Prisoners. So you need people
I hate it out here
in the prisons to fill out and make businesses. And who in America
prison being a business
make victims?
If they sneeze, they go to jail.
So as a dark skin, as a black skin person in America, you are the number one target for who is going to fill up our prisons. This man, and then because that's the narrative in that society. Women are now disadvantaged because the men are taken away from them. Not really checking about, most of men are taken away from them, whether from something, a little crime or a little misfortune, and then they impoverish those places so that you don't have a choice to get into crime. And when you get into crime, automatically they take you to prison. And then the women have to now be the one to step up,
be the
father and mother. So that's where the narrative of the strong black woman had to come in, because women are now placed in a position where they don't have a choice but to be this because nobody else can be it. So the environment plays a huge role in creating that strong black woman narrative. But if you look at any strong black woman and sit her down and ask her honestly, do you like
being strong black woman?
And they will tell you for a fact, no, because we are wired.
We weren't built that way.
We weren't
designed for this.
We're not designed.
We're not
for
built
that.
for this.
So and then because they want to create,
freaking out, but
because they want to create that, continue that narrative of men are being shoved away.
Yes.
They want to glorify the strong black woman. They want to glorify you are independent. You can do this by yourself. You don't need a man.
I don't need no man.
Because because that's what they want. They want you to feel like you don't need the men.
Yes.
Because they know that they are taking the men away. So they are trying to create an acceptable
acceptance
exactly of the
quo.
status quo.
So
So
true, so
it's
true,
so dark and so
sad.
there's that in that society. However, that doesn't apply to every society.
No, it doesn't.
Looking at the West, because Tyler Perry, for example, makes movies around the society that he is living in.
Exactly.
Let's bring it back home to Nigeria.
Please,
What
let me interject quickly now.
Yeah.
We were talking about it the other day, and even three of us at this table, I testament, our daddies didn't see their 70th birthday.
Yeah.
So many homes, the father dies early.
Yeah.
Our father grew up just having his mom take care of them because his dad died before he turned 10.
Yeah.
And in our own climate, Africa, if we're keeping it 100, based on what you said too, the impoverishment of the black man, the black country, men hustle so hard and they check out before a certain age, and it's still now you're left with a strong black woman.
Yeah.
So we
because
still
they're
have it
hustling-
here.
No, and because
But ours is a different one. It's not
So
like our daddies
true.
are
And
going to
because they
jail,
are
but our
hustling
daddies are
so
checking
hard.
out early
Yeah,
because the
absolutely.
struggle is real. Do you get?
And because
So
they're hustling so hard, they are always out in the field.
anyway, so even when they're
Anyways,
alive, many of us
so
don't
even-
know our daddy.
Exactly. Like
We don't
I mean,
spend
like
time
let's
with our
take in
daddies.
Lagos for example. Like there are some families where they haven't seen their kids, or the kids haven't seen them in a week. Only see them on weekends. Because in the morning they wake up before the kids they wake up, and they come back after they go to
they've
bed.
slept.
So they are always out. So who do the kids see? Is mom. So hence
And that's the households where mommy is either doing a job that allows her to come home early or is being a housewife. When you throw in the 21st century mix now, where women are supposed to bring something to the table, another topic that I'm coming back to. I'm sorry, I can feel the
We said we're not going to be angry.
I'm sorry,
we're going to be
but
tactful and
that
pleasant
triggers
over here.
me.
Jesus.
That triggers
the tension
me.
of the
I'm so sorry.
You can cut that with a butter knife.
I'm
honey.
so sorry, but
Lord have
I feel
mercy.
so triggered by that. What are women bringing to the table?
That's a topic for another day, indeed.
No, it's not another day. It's today.
well,
Table.
we are here. I think we're gonna have a part two of this.
At this point, this is a sequel because this is the part 2, ladies. We need to wrap it up. You girls are dangerous, man. but funny
Now,
enough.
sorry,
yes.
like I was
Okay,
saying, now that
please
we have
continue.
the 21st century setup where women are also hustling like the man, I mean, the children
So
are being
sad.
raised by nannies or by it's getting weird. And that's why I said we need to circle back to this, what are women bringing to the table? Because if you're working, you as the daddy, the husband, you're working, then you also want your wife to be going out and working like you. And 2 of you, like you said, if it's Lagos, 2 of you are coming home at night. Who is with your children, please?
Yeah.
Do you really trust that house help? Is she going to imbibe the values and the cultures that you found in your wife that made you want her to be the mother of your children? Can the house help or the nanny put that value in that child, please? You are stressing that woman because you want woman to bring something to the table. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Continue. You should continue.
I'm so sorry. Oh Lord. Okay.
Wow.
Before
I'm
we
sorry.
get
I just
super
want to
wild, I just want
yeah.
to say that wow, we hear you, we see you. But it's interesting because when we're talking about how vast the world is, so many different cultures that we've not even tapped into.
Yeah.
And this conversation also came up weeks ago, and we just talked about, I was wondering, I don't know how it is. No, yeah, it was me and you that talked about it, how our Caucasian sisters, for instance, that narrative isn't as
Enjoyment
strong
babes.
in their own community. And we even talked about it,
Soft
how
life girlies.
like a lot of like basketball players, all these people, they have like, white wives or Latina wise. But again, let me not go too deep into that. But again, the fact that we're just talking about our own culture and what we what we know in our own community, but feeling that, me just wondering, is this strong black woman thing truly indeed just our culture? Is this how the Latin women like deal too? Like I'm just wondering, like our brown sisters, like is this something that they are also struggling with? Fine, the most generic and most popular one is strong black woman, but honestly, I don't know. This is my dream for Self-Care Sunday.
Remember we said that
reach
strong
different
black
people.
woman.
I'd actually like to know.
Remember we said that strong black woman stems from the culture of the African Americans, e.g.
And
movies,
Africans.
and then when you bring it down here. So if they are doing what they are doing in our communities and our culture to our men, to other men, then maybe their women feel like, but like Éno said, if we are doing it in the context of America now, we know that it is not, the prisons are not filled with white men.
They're really not.
And we know that white men don't have to sell crack to feed their families.
Please, let's really in once more because things are getting wild. Let's just focus again on dismantling the strong black woman narrative. So my queens, I just want to say, sorry, my love. I'll let you get right to your point after I just say this. Jeremiah 6 verse 2. I love it so much because it says, God sees us as comely and delicate women. And it is so important for us to see ourselves as this too. Comely, some of the synonyms for it are beautiful, lovely, just you are attractive. All the things you said in the first episode about being a flower, right? And what I also said about being soft does not have to be a character flaw. It doesn't have to, being delicate doesn't have to be seen as you're so destroyable, and if a man leaves you, or if you don't, like, you're so, like, you just, like, you're so fragile in quote. But it's more about being delicate, being tender, and not being ashamed of that, because I feel like the strong black woman thing is really taking up all this space, because women now in this 21st century, the working thing, all these things you said, are being shamed for being soft, for saying stuff like, nah, our cycles are different and I'm not cut out for the 9 to 5, or
if you decide
I'm not
to
cut
be a
out
housewife at this point, they will drag you for
Thank you. Yeah, literally, because I remember having a
today.
conversation with a guy and he was filled with disgust at the concept of a housewife. And that is, as far as I'm concerned, there's a problem with that, because I'm not saying that as a woman you should just, leash off a man and balance, because again, like we are saying, there is men that are dying from having too much pressure of the world on their shoulders. So let there be balance. But the fact that he was filled with so much disgust and judgment for a woman in the 21st century wanting to be a housewife, because they're like, what are you doing at home? And it's like, no, like running a household is also work. There are parts of the world where women are paid as housewives.
What are you doing as a housewife? Let me see what you feel like when you come back from a house,
and the house is a mess.
And the house is a mess.
Exactly.
Dishes are not washed.
Food.
There is no food.
Exactly.
The kids have not been fed.
When
bathrooms are not washed.
When the world has battered you,
smelling,
when the world has battered you,
let me know.
and you don't come back to heaven, let's see if you will not still judge the same woman, because then you remember that women are also supposed to be out there, but at the same time magically make sure that everything is organized in the house. You get so it's like, make it make sense, because a lot of these people still, that is the point. And that was just something I was saying about, I saw it recently in a Tyler Perry movie, and I was like, yeah, I know we're strong and I know we multitask, but don't loud it so much.
That woman said,
I feel like
one thing a black woman know how to do is get by. And I was
I'm
like, girl, stop.
I was like, girl, stop.
Sit down and stop.
Like, let's say, I was like, reduce your volume, ma'am, because we know this, but this now doesn't have to be an excuse for men to check out on parenting and leave parenting to just the woman, because that's even another topic.
And some men haven't just checked out on parenting. Some men have checked out on providing.
Yes.
Because women are being, like, many women in our world today are coming up to that place where it's like we said earlier, I don't need a man, I got this. And when you have that energy, assuming you do have a man, what is going to happen is that he's going to lean all the way back. And if you guys had 3 children, you low-key now have 4.
Yep,
because that man is just going to allow you to be
to get by.
Let me just say this. All of this, strong black women, independent women, this and that, it is all part of the extremes.
Yes,
because
true.
there is really no balance with, oh, I want to be a baby girl with
who doesn't lift a finger.
Exactly.
I want to be,
balance.
and I
You're so
want
right.
to be the strong black woman who doesn't need a man. Those are two very extremes that do not make any sense.
Absolutely.
And this all stems from women not understanding their place
And
understanding their position, understanding their calling as and purpose of a woman. We shared this yesterday.
Tell
A
me, bro.
man's purpose, like my sister put it very, very delicately to me, is 4 things. He's a PPPF: a provider, a protector, a priest, and a father.
Okay.
Hello.
That's a man. Let me say that again. It's PPPF.
Repeat it,
You better say it again because they didn't hear
A
it in the
man
back.
is PPPF. Is a provider,
What
a
else?
protector, a priest, and a father.
Amen.
Now, when God created Adam, those were his mandates. As a woman,
Stop.
God created the woman to make sure her mandate as a woman in the world and a woman in the life of the man is to make sure that this man's mandate is fulfilled.
Okay.
That's it. So if he's a provider, you ask, is he a provider? So it is my job to make sure that he becomes the best provider that there is. Is
That
he
he
a
can be.
protector?
Exactly.
He has to be the best. So my job is to make sure that I produce the best protector that there is. Is he a priest? It is my duty to make sure that he stays and becomes the best priest to me and to the family. Is he a good father? It is my job to make sure that he becomes the best father that there is. So,
but this just made me wonder, does it technically mean that we women are just giving Bob the builder? Are we out here to just build these men?
So now,
and then what of when you're a woman that doesn't have a man? Does it mean that, like, what are you doing in your life?
So I'll answer that. When Adam was created, Adam already had a place, a purpose, a mission, and he was already working. So he wasn't just sitting back doing nothing, and God said, you know, this lazy man that has nothing to do needs a woman.
Needs help.
He already had something to do. So he was already
He had a JAB.
He had a JOB. So no, he was already on the verge of providing, even just providing for himself and providing for the people around him. He was already the protector. He was protecting himself, his family, his mom, his siblings. Is he a priest? Is he a priest in his own home? Is he a priest to himself? Is he a priest to people around him? And is he a father? Is he a father to his brothers? Is he a father to his little cousins, his nieces and his nephews? Is he already having those attributes? And then you come into his life. Your job is to make sure that he becomes the best of those positions. So he's already doing it. So now you coming with your own arsenal. Your arsenal is the things that you are growing as a person when you are in your single age. Your single stage is you developing those character traits, developing those gifts and those talents, because they are going to serve him in becoming the best version of himself. So if you haven't even done the work, when you get the mission, you know what to do. It's like you're called to be a doctor. And you didn't go to medical school when you had the time. You didn't go to go do training. You didn't read the books. And then a patient is brought in front of you. You have no idea what to do with the patient. Because you have no experience whatsoever. So you as a woman in your single stage, whatever things that you have, you are the assets. You are the things those things that you have, even if it's your finance, your money, your experience, your exposure. It is to give you the arsenal to say, okay, Lord, I have this man. This is the mandate you have given to him. And then me coming to align with this man means that I am bringing something that he doesn't have. We had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
When God took...
what you're bringing to the table.
God took a rib out of...
Aside from this particular table,
You need to let it
that
out.
table that women are supposed to keep bringing something.
Let me even analyze that table. Let me analyze that table.
Hey, now this is what we're now bringing to the table.
Exactly. So then God
We may be surrounded, we may be gathered at the table, but we're breaking the table. Breaking the table of what do you bring?
What do you bring to the table? No, like look,
Two
a man
things are
was
being
created, right?
dismantled.
When a man was created, it was whole. right?
Yes.
And then God saw the inadequacy things that he needed. So what did he do? He took out a rib from him and made a woman. So he took out his half of him. So the things that he's lacking, God took it and put it in the woman.
You are just that girl, because this thing you just said now has made me truly deep, and this is why I need to share it with our girlies, that women, you need to stop thinking that men are the prize.
Yeah.
Because the way a lot of women, especially in our climate, feel like you're only complete when you're with a man. Same as the man.
Yeah.
Do you get?
That's
so
why you guys become one.
Exactly.
So he's missing a rib, and then that rib is a whole
missing
you. So when you come to
too.
meet him, all the things that he doesn't have, God put it in you
for you to be the
so
complement.
when you now bring, so he is a whole body without a rib. You are a rib without a body. So by the time the rib and the body come together, it becomes a whole. That's why they say man and woman become one, because what he doesn't have that you are thinking that, oh, he's supposed to have it before I come. So if you're supposed to have it, then
he don't need you.
He don't need you. So that's why the things that he's inadequate in, God has blessed you with it. So you're supposed to bring that thing and put it in, and then you guys become one. So because
based on everything she just said, there will be no need for us to go back to the what you bring to the table, because that's the answer. What we as women bring to the table, uncles, is that thing that you're lacking.
Yeah.
Okay, please. I really want you to talk about the golden retriever.
Yes, that brings us here.
I wanna
golden
hear that.
Have you guys seen the trend on TikTok? It's the cutest thing, but basically they're like, in every relationship, there's a dynamic where one partner is the golden retriever and one partner is the black cat. And what this means is that the golden retriever is the one who is, quote unquote, thirsty for attention and love, and is always trying to like make the other person happy. Then the black cat is the one that's like mysterious and laid back, and is just like, okay, fine, what else? And what they're saying is that while it works different way in different relationships, again, based on coming to you guys as 3 Christian women who are straight, the idea is that the man should be the golden retriever and the woman should be the black cat. So essentially, the man is the one on the chase. The man is the one who's coming after you with the, oh, let's hang out, oh, I miss you, oh, I love you, oh, I want you in my life. And then you, the woman, are supposed to be the laid back, thinking about it, not being too excited about whatever the golden retriever is doing just for me. Even though you're enjoying it, you like the attention, but you're not reactive. Because I was listening to that podcast you introduced us to, Mackenzie, what's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Margarita Naka. Don't say Mackenzie.
I keep calling her Mackenzie.
Margarita
Naka something.
Yes, shout out to her.
Nazarenko. Margarita Nazarenko. And she also did an episode on it, and she was like, as a straight woman dating straight men, what you want to do is be the black cat. That's when you are truly in your feminine energy. Because if you are being a golden retriever, basically what you're doing is that, even though like we always hear men are about the hunt, men like the chase, what you're doing is that instead of allowing the man to go to the forest and hunt and spend a whole day putting in the work to get this deer that he's hunting down, you just came to his doorstep and you were like, no need to go hunting, I'm here for the kill.
And then he won't value because men are wired to do that. Like they gain the satisfaction from I hunted, I planned, I shot it, I executed. Like there's this pride when he comes home.
I had to take
when he comes home with the meat.
Because I literally
had to see what I did today.
I had to read her poetry.
Let me just use that analogy, right? The whole golden retriever, men hunting and the women position, right? So like I said before, the men have this pride in, babe, I went out, just being in the forest, the whole looking is exciting for them, because that's how
that's their genre.
They are wired to have that. So when they have something monumental to achieve, I'm like, ooh, I got this. So that skill, that tactical thinking, that strategy on how to get things done, is they were wired to do that, to hunt.
But too many women are making it easy for them now.
And then when they finish hunting, what does the woman's natural instinct have? She knows what spice to put. She knows like, this meat, I can make suya, I can make sauce, I can make this, I can make that. That's her
exactly.
strength. So she doesn't go out to hunt. That's why it's a teamwork. He hunts and brings it while he's showering and washing off all the hunting sweat. She's now, it's now her turn to get into
it's now
that
her turn
element.
to sweat in that capacity.
And then bringing her own talent, her own, which is prepare the meal
what
for
she
him.
brings to the table.
Prepare that meal, serenade it with your spice, put your energy into it, serenade
Girl,
it.
you're making me hungry.
Then he now goes shower. Girl, you
I could
go
eat,
back.
actually.
Like he now goes, he showers and comes back. But
Yes.
like as he's coming out of the room, he's smelling the aroma, something that he can do, you can do so well, which makes this
And
such a
vice
perfect
versa.
blend.
Yes.
So he can't do it, but then you do it so well. And then he comes and he's like, man, what would I do if I didn't have it? Because imagine having to come back from this hunting and then go shower.
That's the biggest
and then
compliment
come
right there.
back and then coming to come and start slaughtering it and then cooking it and then spicing it and then stirring it.
That's
and
too
then
much.
that's too much. And that's what God saw. I'm like, you know what? It is not good for this man to be alone because he's busy hunting. You will need help to help him prepare the meal. I'm going to create someone that has the ability to prepare it, that will know how to put this little meat together and create an entire menu from this little
Okay,
thing.
but I just thought about something interesting, because while I really appreciate what you're saying, and yes, I truly believe, like we discussed in the first episode, that part of the drama here is us not learning to play our roles. Luca, I like it now.
You're supposed to be doing your math homework. I don't want to see, you're supposed to hold in your pencil. Why are you not holding your pencil?
This is multitasking at its finest, PS, guys. Anyway, as I was saying, there are those couples, right? We are momming and Nigerian auntie all over the place.
African mom and Nigerian auntie energy on this. Yeah, so femininity. Yeah.
Yes, it comes. This is what comes to the territory. But as we were saying, I was just thinking, what do you guys feel about doing both together? Because I just remembered the Har Festival when we had that talk, like the table talk, and we had B on the, and she was like, because she's, for instance, now she's someone that works, she does like constructing, interior design with her husband. They do it together, right? And I just thought about her, for instance, because she was even like, no, I like the hard hat job. I like the construction job. I don't feel less feminine because I'm doing that, right? And I even listened to we listened to it on the radio recently, some Mercedes dealer lady talking about how a lot of women feel very discouraged about entering.
Yeah, she's a mechanical engineer.
Mechanical engineering industry, but she was encouraging women that it's not a man's job. So I just want you both to like share how you feel, because I actually think it's healthy enough if you guys are quote unquote going to work together and then you people are coming home together and also being partners. The man is washing the dishes while you're cooking. The man is cooking some nights while you are running the bath for the child or doing
so
homework.
I feel like
you get so
with the
can we
analogy,
with
the analogy Éno just used,
Yeah.
which is us talking about men being hunters, right?
Yeah.
I, as a woman, I don't want to go out hunting. And if for any reason I was a woman that was into hunting and I do want to go out hunting, I don't want to go out hunting, come back, I'm tired from the hunt, but because I'm the woman, I still have to get in the kitchen and prepare the meat. Do you get? So, and this is again where we have to acknowledge that, for like we said in the first part of this topic, being in your feminine energy should also translate to the power to choose. Because if we keep saying women must stay in one box, because you're a woman, this is what you must do, then we are part of the problem in not allowing women to show up as who they are.
Absolutely.
So there are some women that don't mind going out to hunt, and maybe God has even blessed them based on what we said about multiple talents. God has given them that energy to hunt. Then when you come back, you still gotta make stew. But me personally, I don't want to hunt. You go. Uncle, go and bring the meat. I will make the stew.
No, but that's what I'm saying about, because we're talking about self-care and feminine energy. So I think it's beautiful when you don't have a man that is like, nah, only hunting is for me, but kitchen is for you. There's nothing I find more attractive than a man maybe also like they say, the people you, because my father could throw down. Like
You
my
said
dad
it
could
perfectly
so
earlier.
I find
Yin
it
and yang.
attractive. I find it attractive when, as a man, you can go out there and then you can also come back and be a present family man. You can be a present helping the children with the homework, or you can be making dinner that night. Did you get? Or the two of you even just be like, you know what, babe, we worked hard out there today. We'll order dinner and let everybody just chill.
I feel
not
like
that you go out together, then you still come back and
it's a more subjective thing than
It
not,
definitely
because
is.
what works for you will not work for another woman.
Absolutely.
Some women don't want their husband in the kitchen. They want to do the whole old school, I'm serving my king, I'm taking care of my king thing. And they should be allowed to enjoy that if that's their
I think the most
thing.
important thing you said, and I just want us to loud, and I appreciate, and I think is important, is women. Part of the feminine energy is freedom of choice.
That's where
And
feminism comes in.
Also
because without
respecting every
feminism,
other woman's...
feminism, women were not allowed to choose.
Exactly.
We were told that this is what you must do.
You can't drive.
So that's
you can't
where
vote.
the advantages of feminism come in.
Yeah,
but just like we were saying in the last episode, feminism that is about treat women like human beings. We want to vote. We want to run for office. We want to be allowed to work.
We want equity.
To be allowed to do
just
this.
don't
That's
stifle-
cool.
just don't
but if you now
stifle
take your
us.
feminism
Thank
to
you.
the level where like we hate men and we are better than them,
And I'm gonna
Auntie,
disrespect
on
you
your
because you're a
own,
man. That's not it.
respectfully, because that's not why we're here.
I think the whole thing about feminism was just to say, because even God being God, our own creator, gave us humans freedom of choice.
Exactly.
Like
Free will.
choose what, because I mean, like you
What
are,
works for you.
because everyone's going to give account of their choice anyway. So if I'm going to make a choice, let me be accountable for my own choices.
Absolutely.
Let me say that it's my choice. I did it, not because you forced me to do it. So for such a long time, the whole segregation and then women oppression was what birthed the whole feminism. Like, we just want to have a space so we can.
Just
Don't
be treated
tell us
like
what
human
to
beings
don't
as
tell us
well.
what
Yes,
to do.
we
Don't
want to drink
stifle
water
us.
and drop them.
Exactly. Don't do that. So, but as much as I'm saying, like, every dynamic, like you said, is different, and both of you are coming to become one. However you guys want to navigate that one, is not left for the both of you, because these are two people coming from two different environments, two different cultures, two different upbringing, two different character traits anyways. So but the idea is, if you now find the person that complements who you are, and then I can allow you, give you the freedom to do what you need to
show
do,
up
but you are
as
still
feminine as you
operating
want
as
to be.
one. Every human being goes through seasons. So do relationships and marriages. They go through seasons. It's like a bicycle. It's like sometimes your right leg is in front and the left leg is behind. Another time, the left leg is in front
and
the
the
right
left
hand.
leg
But the
behind.
idea is that there is a
you
movement.
cycle, you go.
So sometimes in that oneness, there'll be a season where the woman might be making more money than the man, but whatever is being made is brought home.
And just like I was saying to you earlier,
And sometimes
in a relationship, the
Yeah.
woman has to be the golden retriever.
Yeah.
And like
the
you said, in the
might
context
take
of
all the
marriage,
black
Not
card.
in
in marriage,
dating.
not in
Yeah,
dating. And then
exactly.
sometimes,
As far as
the
you're
man-
dating, please don't be
Don't do
ladies. Don't be a golden retriever in the dating stage.
When
Don't do
that
that.
man has
exactly.
proven that he loves you and vice versa,
See,
then
when
you
you
can
guys
even
when you
pick up
guys
some of the
become
slack
when
in
you guys
quotes.
become one,
Yes.
that means whatever each person is doing is for the
the
benefit
greater
of the
good
both.
of the
So like I
duo.
said before, sometimes the woman can be making more, and then sometimes the man can be making more, and then it still brings it home. So someone like me, I mean, I love to cook, but I cook when I have to. Not because I really enjoy it. Like the person
Like
that in my
that.
family, the person that enjoys cooking is my
sister,
sister.
is it?
And then she owns a cooking business. Like go figure. Like that's who she can wake up like, I feel like eating this root, and then she goes and gets it done.
Yes.
I cook based on, okay, I feel like it and I want to do something special for my family. My fiance, on the other hand, he loves to cook. And I love to eat. So I'm like, okay, so in the traditional
way,
context,
he's not supposed to
he's not supposed to be in the kitchen.
Yes,
I'm not supposed to
that's
be.
nonsense,
But
that.
I mean, because I've experienced it before. You guys came over. He was literally in the kitchen, throwing down, and
again-
I was literally in the living room, like sipping
Guys,
wine and having a
listen,
good
it was
time.
glorious.
So
And
it's
this is
like-
just my point, because
So it's-
when I walked in, When I walked in, child, it was heaven on earth
felt
because
good doing
you are leaning into your feminine energy.
Yeah.
You are still being the hostess,
Yeah.
the gracious hostess that you always are.
Yeah.
You are just being the hostess who was soft.
She was at
you are enjoying the
ease.
moment. You are
Yeah.
at ease.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
At the same time, you are still going in the kitchen, checking in on babe, helping out when you
Yeah.
could. But you are just able to be relaxed
Yeah.
and still. It's not like you were like
Yeah.
checking in on everybody. You were doing what you do because of your heart normally,
Yeah.
get. And your babe was like in there cooking and
he
holding
was
it
doing
down
it like he
with
was
joy, with
he
happiness.
enjoyed it because that's what
Exactly.
he loves to do. I'm like, babe, go crazy,
Exactly.
go creative. He loves to try different recipes. I'm like, babe, do it. I like to eat anyway, so that works for me.
Yes.
And then there are some days where I want to make. I think I see a new recipe. I'm like, I want to try.
Yeah.
I want to give you a treat. I want to give my son a
Exactly.
treat. I want to give my
Exactly.
family a treat for something new, and that works. So there is no hanky panky. There were seasons in our lives where he was the one like bringing in the most of the money.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, because we need to get this on. But the way he thought about it was like, look, we have savings.
Exactly.
He's working, but he puts money in the savings. And like, babe, if you have issues, let's break it. And there was this where I was now making more money, and then I'm like, babe, we have savings. So it's like it was about we.
And that doesn't make you less
doesn't
of
make
the
me less of a
woman,
woman
him
or
more
make
of the
him
man.
less of a man.
Period.
So there is still that dynamic. So everybody goes through that season. So you need to understand who you are, and then you align yourself with the people that understand who you are.
I feel like that is the main
Yeah.
thing that we need to like leave our viewers with for this episode. That feminine energy isn't necessarily about following a bunch of rules that women are supposed to stick to, because
what is authentic to you as a woman?
exactly.
Yeah.
Before a human, before a woman, you're a human. And as a human being, you have what you like, you have what you don't like.
Yes.
You have what you're good at, you have what you're not good at. So if you happen to be a woman that is very good with her hands, you're handy, and maybe like that babe, you are interested in mechanical engineering. We're not here to say because of your femininity, you shouldn't be a mechanic. No, the idea is that be a mechanic if you want to be, but if you are in that space where it is you and a man, you should still know that because I'm a mechanic at work doesn't mean that I also have to be a mechanic in my marriage or a mechanic in my home.
Honey, I hope you get a break from being a mechanic. It's tough work.
You can be a female truck driver. You can be a female president.
So why not be shit? I promise you.
But when you get to
We're
your
not,
house, when you
promise
get
you.
to your home,
Yes.
allow it's about ease. That's the main thing I picked
thank
up from this
you.
conversation, that operating in your femininity is about ease.
Yes.
So if what you like is to be the one who goes out to work and then you come home and then you chill, cool. If what you like is that you don't want to work and you want to work at home instead, calm. If what you want is that you want to go out to work and still come home and be the wife, I celebrate your grace and your energy. Carry on, good sis. But we should all stop attaching femininity to being a one way fits all. We should also not attach femininity to being weak or, like Éno said, being a helpless baby girl. No, that's not what we're saying.
Basically,
But
it shouldn't
then
be
feminism
feminism versus femininity. There shouldn't be like this war. No, there's no need. There is
You
no
can
need.
still be a woman who shows up as who you are and who you want to be in the 21st century, while still, like Éno said, honoring the fact that you're a flower, honoring the fact that God has given at least most of us a mate out there, and that person is supposed to be the one who balances you as a woman. You're not supposed to be carrying the struggles of the world on your head
in the name of independent, strong black woman.
Absolutely. Black woman. It's just
You've said it all, because like Éno said in the last episode, because as you were talking about a woman's role in service to a man, now it made me remember last episode where we talked about how you are like, at the end of the day, it's not a woman's job to, again, the black cat, whatever thing, to vie. As a flower, you're just rooted. And your man creates, because it's his job to create a conducive environment for you to bloom.
That's the main thing.
Because, like, is the issue, and which is a very valid issue with a lot of women, thinking that submission now just means struggle, suffering. It's not hard to submit, in quotes, to a man that has nurtured you, that loves you, like it's reciprocal. You get, you're able to play your role with trust and with ease and with softness, because he has understood the assignment of watching you, of nurturing you, and for creating an environment.
So
and
you in turn are
vice
helping him be his
versa.
best self.
It's vice
You
versa.
only recognize that when you know who you are and know what you like,
Your
and
role as well.
and even know who you are, because if you know who you are, when the man is doing those things, you're able to recognize that that's a good man. Because that's my
Exactly.
man, because he knows, like he sees, and he's able to meet me at that place of my need. I know what my needs are. I don't know what needs to be done for my needs to be met. And then when the man is not meeting the needs, you can say, yeah, that's what it is. But if you haven't even taken time to even get to know yourself, what are your own needs? How are those needs fulfilled? Are you fulfilling them before the man comes? And then when the man starts to do it, how would you recognize that he is actually filling
that's
that
how the
need?
scrubs that TLC sang about get a pass, because these women out here are not knowing who they are, what they carry, and the kind of man that is entitled to step to them. And so you realize that you've been in a relationship of 4 years with a scrub, a man that is not ready to take you anywhere.
And this is why, again, let's just center back, to the fact that the foundation of this episode and this podcast is taking care of ourselves. So it's all about self-care. Be with men that love you, that like you as a woman.
Like
you get
first.
that like you.
There's even love that actually
that like you.
Like
that
your
know
love
you're
can
up.
fade.
Yes,
but that like is like
you.
I just like who you
are.
I just
that
like
you,
your
that
person.
respect you, because
and that brings us back to being a black cat.
You'll be able to
cat
respect
doesn't
yourself
vie
as well.
for attention. The black cat doesn't try to make themselves likable to you. The black cat is who they are, and it is you that needs to impress the black cat.
Thank you.
And that's why we need women to do.
And your worth.
Women, stop vying, stop competing with one another, stop doing the most to make yourself attractive to that man. A man that is for you will like you as you are. When you wake up, when you've not rubbed your pancake, when you've not put on your red lips, when you've not gone to the salon, a man, no, it's facts, because ironically, like my current bae, he doesn't even appreciate the makeup thing so much. He loves it when I am just the way God created me, factory setting. That's what drives him crazy. I don't need to go and like package myself and do too much to be his spec. Do you get? As I am, he's already like, yes, girl. And that's the point, that as women, we've been taught this thing where we need to perform.
You don't need makeup to dress you up. To perform. You don't need makeup to dress
to get men to appreciate and like us. And it's like, no, it's the other way around. They are the performers. We're the ones who are supposed to be lean back with our wine, like, okay, let me see what you got.
Let me just add to what you said. Eve, let's bring it back to the Bible.
Oh, true, as we should.
What did Eve do to
get
get Adam's attention? She did
She
absolutely
just showed up.
nothing. She just showed up and just stood there. And the moment Adam saw her, he knew that now that is my person.
Yes, exactly.
That's the bone of my bone.
That's what I was missing.
She did not try to get dressed. She didn't try to get his attention. She didn't try to
work.
She just
and be like, "Hey, Adam,
I need this episode to round up soon, because these two are getting unhinged. No, but ladies, absolutely, you've said it all.
Just to wrap up, right? When you're talking about how being a boss outside and coming back and being, because I have a 9 to 5, and I have a lot of women that work with me. I have a lot of women colleagues that are also doing the 9 to 5 thing or running their own businesses. But what we're trying to say is, as much as I go to work and I have to be like strategy and then think and then operating in that, because you need to get the task done. The moment I come back home, I want to take off my clothes, take off my bra, take off my outfit, put on my lofty playlist, like
with your silk robe,
with my silk robe, and just get my glass of wine, sit back and then being in that, and then imagine you being in that, and your man walks in, like, bruh, it's like you just like woo. And it's a complete difference.
And I just thought about, as opposed to coming over here, you're like with the spanner, you're like, woo!
The Viola Davis.
Oh, my life, I had to fight. There's no in between.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
We're done.
Ladies, find balance in your lives. Please take care of yourself. Get you some chamomile tea. The world is not on your shoulders, man. That load is not yours to carry. This episode is unhinged. Bye. We love you. Take care of yourselves, please.